Hmm. This time I'm taking somewhat of a different approach. Usually, this whole segment is about containment, of course. You know, not and don't get it twisted. Not just to keep us freaks away from you, but to keep all you away from us freaks, both your pitchforks and your torches. I thank you. Anyhow, I still had this theory. I was watching over Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, the film theory. There are some things that stuck out to me most of all. Like how he almost... What's above Leslie? What's at the top? What's above even her head? Some would have thought, the executives, the money holders. But I don't think that's quite right. Allow me to retort. Now, let's see. Basically, okay. Remember what he was talking about? How Leslie looked like a cross between, well, I'm paraphrasing here, them together, a cross between a human plushie or puppet and the stitches and the scars of someone who came out of a horrible accident. Have to be put back together again, it looks like. And the house. I would say, okay, before the accident, yes, it all started off at a house. His pet, his ginger furry friend. But after the accident, who do you think put her back together? Okay, let's ask something. Who do you think put her back together again? It doesn't look like, even most hospitals during that day, especially she might not have stood much of a chance. Yeah, let's go with this, something like this. Oh wait, actually, AI. Let's go with it. And there was other things too, though, that really especially in Fly, it zooms in over this. What was pointed out was oh, look, the kids' toys, it does it. What wasn't pointed out is, as you're scrolling over it, it looks something quite like a apocalyptic hellscape. Something that you would find in the background of fucking Terminator, or maybe even Mad Max, during the latter years where everything went to shit. You know what I mean? What does that have to do with anything? What I mean to say is, what I believe is, at the top floor, they're going to find that they're not coming out or coming to the top floor of a house. They're coming out of a bunker. And they're going to come up to this apocalyptic hellscape. That accident that she had was just a start of her woes. I mean, could you imagine, or something similar, say, for example, they were able to piece her back together again, but she has to help them with some research. This survival bunker needs to learn how to survive even these hellish conditions. Yeah. Yeah. I just have to put that out there. Like, what they think is on the top floor, they're finally reaching ground level. They're below ground. And I mean, some things you would think wouldn't click, but like, remember, like in some underground bunkers, they had or at least even in fiction, they had this like illusion of windows and being able to look outside, even though you're underground, to keep you from going too stir crazy, or making it look like you're looking in and out of a house. But she's still using, of course, still sticks to using that whole setup of using the house as the allegory of how things should go, and as opposed to how they are going. Just other things start to, like, rear their heads as questions, like, what if, when they brought her back, they offered her for her works for them, whoever they are, remember, top men, those guys that were being talked about in film theory, what if these executives, that their powers that be, but in exchange for her work as well, what if that was another one of the offers? They brought her back and they offered to help her find a way to bring back her son. Time and time again she tries. And time again she has to reset this process to try it again. It keeps ending in failure. And they are stuck in a loop. But it's finding a way to break the cycle. Of course, that's old news, but I think everybody was thinking about it like the wrong way. They need to break the cycle of these mistakes, like shredding the book. Things like this. Become self-aware again. Reach the surface and rebuild. And only then can they break the loop and move on. The world has gone the shit of that. Finally, though, the question is, can they reach the surface and do something about it? Will she bring back her son and help them break the loop? She almost did. It wasn't for that shrug. Stay focused. Fucking that duck. I mean, I'm just saying, he's like, yeah. Notice how, like, if anyone was going to be like, shredding? Wait, what? That looks kind of important. Thank you, duck! No! He's just fucking, yeah, sure, why not? He's the politically fucking smart one, Mr. Right Wing. You're telling me you didn't see that? Bugger off! Bullshit! So, he has to be in on something. He's not your ally. Stop listening to Duck. Film theory said it best again. He's swatting at the bee, but ignoring the beehive. Pesky bee? Everything is okay. No, it's not. We're right next to a beehive. Asshole. Just as a metaphor. Yeah. I would have used that fly metaphor, but one, they already did that, and two, that would have been a lot grimmer. swatting at the fly but ignoring the body in the fridge. That was cool, but only I would have thought of that one. So you'll have to accept the actual bee metaphor. Pesky bee. Sure, you swat the problem, the little asshole. But what about his friends over there? Fuck. I also was under the realization that I might have had to have made this one a quickie. I don't know how to say that. Might have been forced to make this one a quickie. Nailed it. And this isn't quite an official episode for either, but there was just enough for snippets for both. Only for the fact that I'm still continuing with my project with Doki Doki Literature Club, and I have finally dubbed it Project Monica. So wish me luck. Let's see where this goes.